morning, my lovely. How are you doing today? So I am very excited that you're here because today I am going to be sharing with you my Solds haul. Woo! Okay, you might be saying, what the heck is the Solds? Let's break this down. Okay, before we get into it, hi, for those who do not know me, my name is Adrielle. I'm an American who lives in Paris. I have been living here now for literally right about 4 years, and I love it and never want to come back to the US. I have a cute little Frenchie, and he has 2 cats. One's Gum, who you never see. One is Smog, who we always see, because Smog is kind of like a dog and maybe not the brightest in the bunch. But that's all I have to say on that. One of the things I love fashion. I absolutely love fashion. And I've always loved fashion. But the thing is, when I was a lawyer in the US, I kind of was always made to feel like that was just really a vain thing to like and enjoy. So I never really leaned into it. But one of the things I love about living here in France is that I can really lean into my love of fashion. And frankly, there is so much fashion available here. And the best part is that it is not expensive. Like in the US, I felt like luxury fashion, all of that stuff was really, really expensive. But here, it's not. And part of the reason it's not is because of the Solds. Okay, so what are the Solds, you might be asking? Well, the Solds are basically an event that occurs twice a year where everything in France goes on sale. And you might be saying, well, why is that such a big deal? It's essentially just a sale. Well, let's explain how it's not just a sale. So in the US, sales are really used more so to get people to shop. Okay, that is the purpose of a sale. It gets us buying. It's meant to kind of drive consumption. Whereas in France, the sale period is really about getting rid of excess stock, getting rid of stock that they don't need. So as a result, the sale period allows for these massive discounts. Under French law, they are only allowed to sell something at a loss twice a year, and that is during the Solds period. So it's otherwise illegal for a company, whatever, to sell something at a loss. However, the exception to that is during the Solds period. So companies are able to sell items at a loss, which allows them to get rid of excess stock so they can bring in new stock. And so as a result, even luxury goes on sale during this period. So think Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, etc. All of these items go on sale during the Solds period. I will note though that things like the bags never go on sale. So don't think you're going to be able to get your Chanel bag on discount or your Louis Vuitton or anything like that. That's just not happening. That's not how it works. But as far as shoes, accessories, all of that, can you get that on sale during the Sold period? Absolutely 100% yes that you can. Now the Solds, as I mentioned already, they occur twice a year. Once in the winter in January and then a second time in June. And so basically, one of the things that I love to do is during each of these Sold periods, I like to really stock up on items that I will be using for the coming season. So in the winter, a lot of the items that go on sale are, items that come from spring, summer, right? Because they have to make space for new stock that's coming in. Sometimes it is even like winter items. So sometimes it's a really great time to stock up on winter items that I can wear right now. And then also as well as spring and summer items that I'll be able to wear for the upcoming spring, summer, right? I don't care if the item is last season, if it's good quality and it's cute and I got it on sale, Now, I will say this, the deals right after COVID, so I moved to Paris the day before the COVID lockdown started. So I moved here basically right at the start of COVID. So when we came out of lockdown and we had kind of that first Sold period in June, I went to Chanel. I didn't even know what was happening, but it was like me and 5 other women, and we were just waiting in this little line, and then we got to go in, and we went in and shopped, and it was just a lot of fun. I made a sales associate. It was a very different time period. And so those Solds that were immediately kind of in the midst of that COVID period, so for that 2-year period, those sales were phenomenal. When I say that they were phenomenal, I mean that they were absolutely 100% phenomenal. And that was because, department stores, brands, everybody had been, no one knew this COVID thing was going to happen, right? So people had all of this insane stock that was built up and they just had to get rid of it. And so the discounts were phenomenal. I will say that now I found particularly with this sale season, the discounts were not as great as they were back then. Like, we are clearly coming out of that period where those discounts were phenomenal. Now more people know that things like Chanel, Louis Vuitton go on sale. So there is a line, like the line outside the Chanel store is just insane on the day of the solds, like the first day. And so it's just like, you know, it's just a little bit too much for me. It's like a lot of chaos, and I don't really like that. Okay, so a couple little details I want to note about the sold period is that when it comes to the solds, you either shop at the very, very beginning or the very, very end, because the discounts get better kind of the longer that the sold period goes on. So when it comes to shopping at the very beginning, if you are a loyalty card holder of a store, it's the best, because essentially you get to shop the solds before they open up. You shop what's called the avant premieres, the, you know, before, you know, like the solds essentially. And so you get to benefit from these discounts. The thing is that some items are going to be more heavily discounted on the first day of the solds. But when it comes to a lot of luxury items or kind of high-end items, generally the very best discount you're going to get is during the avant premieres or the first day of the solds. Like, literally, it's not going to change, like the cost of the item won't change between the avant premieres and the solds. So that means that if you are a loyalty card holder, the best time to buy that item is during the avant premiere, because it's not like it's going to like get extra discounted, you know, on the first day of the solds. However, there are some brands where they don't, you know, offer that discount avant premiere at all, and then it's just the first day of the solds, like the items go on sale, and they'll only be on sale for like maybe the first, you know, week of the solds or the first few days of the solds, and then they're back to regular price. So that's how it works with a lot of luxury brands. And then with a lot of other brands and other stores, you know, the prices, as I said, just get cheaper. So generally, if you're at the point where you're like, I don't know if I really want something, or I'm still trying to decide between it or whatever else, you wait until the end of the solds. You wait till the very last day of the solds, and then you buy it kind of those last couple of days, because that's the best price you're going to get. Like, it's not going to get any better. You don't really buy in the middle, because as an expert sold person, you don't really buy in the middle. So with that said, we are going to get into the exact items that I purchased during the solds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break this video down between the items that I bought like home goods wise, because I bought a lot of home stuff, and then items that I bought like fashion wise. This year I did not do as much fashion as I have done in prior years, but I think you're still going to like what you get to see. So that's it. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first item I have to show you is this Max Mara coat. I bought this coat basically at the end of the solds period. I have been looking for a really long time for a long, slightly oversized gray wool coat in kind of a chevron pattern. I thought that the YSL coat was going to be it for me, but it was not a good look, honey. So I continued to look, and then I finally found this Max Mara coat. I got it basically at 30% off, so I basically paid €1,000 for it. That includes like the taxes and everything, whereas normally this coat is about a €3,000 coat, and in the US, you know, with the conversion and with the taxes and the duties and whatnot, I think it's probably more like a $4,000 coat. So it was definitely a really good deal for me, and I am very, very happy with it. I am wearing it nonstop. Another Max Mara item that I got is this sequin skirt. If you saw my Paris Weekly video, the first one of the new year, you will see where I was, you know, going to that party. You will see me trying to get this skirt on. I managed to shimmy into it in that video, but yes, I really like this skirt. It's very cute. Because of the difficulties I had shimmying into that skirt in that video, I am not putting it on again here. But if you want to see what it looks like, you can go look at my night out video, and then you'll be able to get to see, you know, me like shimmying into this cute little skirt. But yeah, it's really fun. I really liked it, and it was 100 euros. I got it for 100 euros. I got it actually during the avant premiere, so the day before the sold started, and I scored it for 100 euros, and I believe it was normally like 500 euros. So definitely got a really good deal on this skirt. Now the next up is this Chloe dress. I ended up buying this dress because I was looking for a birthday dress, and one of the things about my birthday dress is that normally I buy a birthday dress and then I can't really wear it again, right? Because it's like a night out dress, and I really wanted a birthday dress that I could re-wear, and so I ended up getting this. I saw it when I was in Le Bon Marché, and I, for some reason, just couldn't walk away from it. And at first I was kind of like, I look like I, am a Victorian age woman who died in her sleep, and I am now a ghost. But the longer I put it on, I showed it some videos to people, and it just became like, yeah, exactly 100%. Like, this works. And every time I put it on, I love it a little bit more. So I'm really glad that I got it. And this dress is part of the last collection that was ever done by Gabriella Hearst. And this is one of the things I love about the Solds, is that it is an opportunity to buy things that were done by, previous designers who are long and gone. So for example, if you can get access to the Chanel sales, you can buy items that Karl Lagerfeld designed, right? Like, those items are still in their vault, and they have them, and they're looking to sell them, and they're willing to sell them. So I think it's one of the really, really cool things about, the Solds period, is that it is a chance to be able to buy items that, are frankly, not just a season old or 2 seasons old, but sometimes, like 5-10 seasons old, right? It's a really great opportunity to be able to kind of invest in a piece of history of the brand. Next up, we have this Alaya dress. So this Alaya sweatshirt dress, I really wanted it. Yes, it's a little long. It's gonna need to be hemmed. But here's the thing. I really wanted this dress because I was in a concept store in Paris. I tried it on. I really liked it. But the concept store had it at a price I was like not really willing to pay for. And the thing is that I just loved how comfortable it was. I could see myself, wearing this in the summer at home, and then also being able to wear it, outside. That's one of the things about Paris. I think I've talked about this in some of my other videos, is that you can't just like roll outside like you can in America and like anything, like in your pajamas or your leggings, right? Like, you can't just like throw on your UGG boots and run out and grab something. Here in Paris, you gotta like put on a full outfit to like leave your house. And so I like that this was something that was cute and chic enough where I could both wear it in my home, and then if I needed to run down to the grocery store or the market or whatnot, I could still do that and still be like comfortable and chic. So that's why I got this, and I really like it. The fabric is so soft. I love Alaya, and very, very happy with this. Actually got it during the Italian Solds. So the Italy has an equivalent of the Solds, yes, and I got it during that, so I ordered it from Italy and got it at a phenomenal discount. I got it actually at like 60% off. So it's normally like 1,000 euros, and I got it I think for like 4 or something like that. So it was a really great deal. Okay, next up we have this Boyish denim. I really, really like this denim brand, Boyish. It is actually an American brand. I find the jeans fit me really well and they're really comfortable. But the thing is, of course, it's expensive to like buy US stuff and have it shipped here. And I was so lucky because I found these on this cute little website, this online e-commerce site that I do like, and I've never really had a chance to purchase anything from them, but they are an e-commerce site, and I happened to find these jeans, the exact jeans that I wanted from Boyish, on their site as part of the sales. So these jeans are normally, I think for me to bring them into France would have been something like 300 euros, and instead I got these jeans for like 70 euros. So it was just a really great deal. So this was one of the purchases I managed to snag right before the Solds ended. So definitely got like the best deal on these jeans. And I love it, love how they fit. And yes, they are being hemmed. They're actually already at the tailor. After I filmed this, I took them to the tailor. So they're there and I can't wait to get them back so I can wear them. Okay, this next item I have to show you is a workout item. This little sweater top, I got it from Sweaty Betty. Again, another item I got on sale. It's normally was about 150 and I think I got it for like 75 euros, so definitely about half price. And this is I just got this because I do yoga a lot, and one of the things that happens, particularly in French yoga classes, is that like you arrive at the studio and it's freezing, and it takes like the first 15 minutes for your body to like build up, you know, the requisite heat for you to be warm. So I basically found myself like needing sweaters to start yoga, and I really only had one that I bought at the French Open a couple of years ago, and I was in need of a second, something that was like versatile and could move but still like would keep me warm during those beginning moments of yoga. And so this was it, and so this was really nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a video of me wearing it because I literally bought it and then like immediately wore it, so now it's like dirty. But I like it. I really like the fabric. It's really comfortable, it's really soft, so c'est nickel, comme on a dit en français. What? If you saw my Christmas video, you know that I really, really love the brand Fifi Chachnil. I just love everything about it. So Fifi Chachnil is a luxury lingerie company that is based here in Paris. They have an atelier and they make everything in their atelier, and it's so beautiful, these items. They have this kind of, you know, like sexy vintage flair that I just really love and really appreciate. And I love everything that they make. And so one of the things I realized was, they're part of the Solds too. So I went into the shop and there were a couple things that I really liked. So one of the things I got was this really cute, we basically call it a robe de chambre. So it's like a bedroom like dress. It's not the best translation. I'm sorry, it's like a very rough translation. I can't quite translate the sense, but essentially this is something that you just wear really in the bedroom, and it's for the house, you know, not even really like walking around the house as much. It's essentially it's a house robe instead of a bathrobe, right? It's sheer, you can't really, so it's like totally see-through, so I'm not like putting it on camera because I don't want y'all to completely see through me, but as you can see, like, so that's why it's like, you know, gonna put it on, I gotta have something underneath it. But it is a really beautiful item. I absolutely love it. It's just a really beautiful quality. Love the little details on it. I also got from there this really cute like undergarment that has built-in garter belt for my thigh highs. I love to wear thigh highs. Not on like the coldest days of the year like it is right now, but yeah, like once it's like the fall or frankly the spring, am I gonna be walking around in thigh highs? 100%. And I love to wear thigh highs. I don't know why, but I really do. So as a result, I really wanted an item that had the garter belt built in, a slip garter belt combo, and this was that. And so that's why I ended up getting it. So it's perfect for me. Okay, another item we have here is this gray sweater. I bought this gray sweater at a store in the Marais that my friend took me to. She was like, they make the most amazing wool items. They have wool items. And yes, I really like the sweater. It's absolutely beautiful. I've really been looking for a gray sweater kind of in this colorway, in this style, something that I could just throw on, tuck in, whatever else that could work for a lot of different things. So this worked really nicely for me, and I believe this was another item that I got for like, you know, like 60% off. I think it actually turned out to be close to about, you know, 70 euros? No, maybe less. I think 50 euros. 52 euros. It was 52 euros. So yeah, so I definitely got a really good deal. 100% wool, beautifully made, like excellent quality, and just really love this. Okay, so one thing I want to point out, I'm gonna go to accessories in a moment, but I want to point out just one other thing. So I have two more items as far as clothing items that I want to talk to you about, and they are both from Cezanne. So one thing about Cezanne is that Cezanne doesn't necessarily quote unquote participate in the solds, in the sense of you don't find on their site like, oh, it's the solds period and here's like your solds discounts. Instead, what they have is what's called an archive sale, and they sell kind of their excess items, their excess stock. And they call it an archive sale. They do an Act 1, which occurs during the solds, so that happens during the solds period. And then they have an Act 2, which tends to happen after the solds has ended. So their Act 2 actually launched just this past Sunday. Their Act 1 launched like the last week of the solds, essentially. So there is overlap, like you know that the Cezanne archive sale is going to happen around the solds period, but you know exactly kind of when it launches, you're not entirely quite certain on. But it's not like the solds. Nonetheless, Cezanne's archive sale launched, and I really liked the items. As always, I love a good quality Cezanne item, and there are 2 items that I actually managed to pick up during the archive sale. So one is this gray dress. It is a gray wool knit dress. I really love that it's 100% merino wool. I really love the quality of it. I like the little button detail like on the neck area. The one thing is that it is a delicate fabric, so I just have to be very mindful not to like scratch it, not to let it get snagged, etc. But it is beautiful, and I absolutely love this dress. The second item I got from the Cezanne archive sale is this button-down blue denim shirt. I've been looking for a blue denim shirt for a really long time, and I was actually considering getting another one that I saw on the Cezanne site. And then the archive sale went live, and I saw that they had this, and I was like, perfect snatch. So I did that as well. Now let's get into accessories. Okay, so I got a few little accessories that I really wanted. One is this barrette. I got it from this brand called Alexandre de Paris. I really love their headbands. I'm actually wearing an Alexandre de Paris headband. I love their headbands. I love their barrettes. They're really nice quality. And so I ended up snapping this one during the sale period. I also got a collar, and I get my collar generally from the French brand Patou. Patou makes a ton of collars, and so I really like that, and I really liked this particular collar, and so I ended up snagging it during the solds period. And the last item I ended up getting, which I don't have a video of because I've just been wearing it nonstop, is a black scarf. I got a black wool scarf. I've been on the hunt for a black wool scarf, and I thought, why not do it during the solds period? And I managed to get it for 25 euros. And then I managed to get it for 25 euros, but the perk is that I bought it at BHV, and I had some loyalty points at BHV, and so as a result, instead of paying 25 euros for it, I paid 5 euros for it. So best deal out of the solds period. Alright, so next up, let's move to the home items that I got. I used this sale period to really level up on some things that I frankly probably should have leveled up on before. So first things first is I invested in some towels, some more towels. So I ended up ordering some more towels from this brand called Bonsoir. Let me tell you something about French towels and American towels. You cannot use American towels in France. American towels require a tumble dry dryer. They require it to make it soft again. If you take an American towel and you bring it to France and you air dry it, which is what you're going to have to do, or you dry it on your towel rack, which is what you're going to have to do, yeah, that towel is going to be hard as a rock, and you will be, they literally become like cardboard American towels. So as a result, I had to find a towel brand that basically, like, after washing it and then either letting it air dry or frankly, you know, drying it in the machine, like in the washer dryer combi, that towel was still soft. And I did finally find that, and I found it in the brand Bonsoir. So I also ended up getting some curtains as well. My living room was in need of curtains. We had some sheer panels, which was perfectly fine during the daytime because then people couldn't see in. But at night it didn't really work because you could basically like see through the sheer panels. So as a result, I really wanted to get some heavy curtains that really, you know, blocked people from seeing us at night. And so I ended up investing in these curtains. They're from a brand called Enfile d'Indienne. I already have their curtains actually in my bedroom, and I really like them, and I found that they were on sale. They had some white curtains, and I thought, Let's put the white curtains in the living room. Easiest if we go with white. And the great part is they have a panel on the back that makes it so that people kind of can't, see through, and they can't see through your apartment, which is nice, which is lovely. Okay, next up, I also got a few kitchen items. So I ended up getting a dishwasher. Let me explain this to you all. I have been so burned out with doing dishes. We do not have a dishwasher. We only have one water hookup and one water drainage. And as a result, it's frankly space for only one, either a dishwasher or a washing machine. And I was not taking these clothes to a laundromat. I just was like, no, we're not doing that to ourselves. So instead, I opted to get the washing dryer machine combo. One of my neighbors, she actually opted for the dishwasher. She has a baby. I think it makes a bit more sense for her. But then she had to buy like a little small miniature travel washing machine that they have hooked up in their bathroom. So I basically did the reverse. I got tired of doing dishes, and we love Juju, bless Juju's heart. However, Juju comes home from work, he is tired, he will make some stuff, he will make his little French cheeses and have it with his little pickles and all that, with the bread and the whatever the thing is that I don't understand. And then there will be a mess in the kitchen, and I hate there being a mess in the kitchen. I hate waking up to the mess. It has become a real source of argument and frustration between the two of us. So I ended up buying this little miniature dishwasher. Juju doesn't like it. Well, correction. Juju did not like it. He complained about it every day. He told me I needed to get rid of it. I was like, no, I'm not getting rid of it. And the problem is it's too long to go underneath the counter. So as a result, it has to sit on the counter. And I was like, we're just going to deal with this. You all, when I say this man has come around and he is like, this is so great. And he's like, and you seem less stressed. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not cleaning up dishes all the time. I'm in a much better mood. Yes, dear, I'm happier. So yes, this little miniature dishwasher is perfect. It is perfect. It is perfect. Another kitchen item that we got is this KitchenAid mixer. So I actually moved to France with my US KitchenAid mixer. I don't know why I thought I could do that. I don't know why I thought I could just keep using it. I couldn't. You can't. So I have had to kind of level up. And I was like, okay, I have to finally splurge on an EU KitchenAid mixer. So I found one. It was on sale on KitchenAid on their site during the solds, and I ended up getting one in this cream color. And I just really like it. Next up, I also ended up getting some Le Creuset during this whole period. So these items were on sale and had to have them. Really glad that I did. So first and foremost, I ended up getting a bigger Le Creuset pot. I already had a smaller one that I bought while I was in the US, and that was perfectly fine for my life in the US. However, what I'm really learning about French cooking and living in France is that what you do here is you make a lot of meals are one pot meals, or a lot of the things that you make, particularly in the winter and the fall, they're like stews. They're very heavy things, right? Think coq au vin. All of these things are very much one pot, cooking. And so you find here that a Le Creuset is actually very much something that is needed as part of French life. It's something that makes a lot of sense with the way that you cook here. And I have found myself kind of leaning more into, one pot meals. And the cool thing that I learned is that you flip over the top of it, you save the little kind of things that come with it, you flip over the top of it, and then you can put your other Le Creuset pan right on top of it, and then you can store it like that. So I really like that. That's perfect for us. And we both love this bigger Le Creuset pan. I also ended up getting some little mini coquette. So I really like when we are able to have very simple breakfasts, right? So I want to be able to bake us essentially an omelet in a coquette. So I pop in an egg, I throw in some spinach and a little bit of pepper and some lardon and pop it in the oven, and then we have basically a breakfast. Another really, really great buy. And last but not least, as part of my Souls haul, I ended up getting a new duvet cover and some matching pillow shams, as well as some pillowcases, just like a silk pillowcase because I've been needing some. So those are basically kind of just all out on the bed right now. It's this beautiful like white and with a little bit of like gray accent, and I just really liked them. I thought they were very elegant, very simple, and I got this on a phenomenal discount during the end of the Souls period, and definitely glad that I snagged it. Okay, so there you have it. That is my full and complete Souls haul. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know any of your thoughts in the comments. Can't wait to hear them. Also let me know if you ever want to see some of my like prior Souls haul. Like I could definitely like do something about that. And of course, like let me know what other content you'd like to see about life in Paris. You know, I'm doing my weekly vlogs, of course, and I'm gonna continue to keep doing those, but also want to make, you know, other topics that you might be interested in hearing about, just in terms of what it's like to live here and that sort of thing. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Talk to you later, my darling. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.